everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included, everyone's favorite space colony management game. We're back, it's a new day, and we're busy at hand here because we are redoing our power lines, and it looks like somebody is stuck right off the bat. Check this guy out. But we started this project last episode where we're trying to we're moving all of our power. Why? Because we want straight lines, and you know what? Straight lines makes us happy. So we've been working on that a little bit. And I've been like, just kind of hammering this out. All right, RealTimeBen has been saved. That's nice. But we're gonna keep working on this today and try to bring our metal refinery back online. I did a little bit of it in between episodes, and hopefully we can get this all wrapped up and move on to other things this afternoon. In the meantime too, we also have a project down at the bottom here. Let's see here, let's go down. We were working on getting our Sleet Wheat Farm, or sorry, our cool slush geyser online, which it looks like it is no longer dormant. Okay, well at least the wall got put in, so that's good. And let's go ahead and queue up some work here. We want to get an airflow tile, and we want one more insulated tile, and this is good to go. This is nice and cold. We'll start sending that into storage here soon. Speaking of, what is going on here? Okay, so it looks like we have water coming through this pipe. Interesting. Oh, right. Okay, so we set this up last time, and it looks like the pump is up and running, and we're gonna go ahead and drain all of this water out of here and send it over into storage. So that'll be nice. Look at this. Oh, excellent. This is great. It's doing exactly what we wanted. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna let that be a little bit higher. And then we'll go ahead and fill the water pit up a little bit fuller. You know what I think I might do? Actually, let's see if we can finish this first before I start working on additional projects here. Okay, so let's hook the steam power up. We'll get that hooked up. We're gonna have to redo these power lines, so let's go ahead and deconstruct. We need 4 power lines. Okay, we'll go ahead and deconstruct these. We'll repurpose them here in a moment. Redo that real quick, and I think that means that we can actually put in some mesh tile right here and a large power transformer right there. Go ahead and get those put in. That's looking really good. And I think I might, well, I don't want to break this liquid lock quite yet, but we could move this. You know, like we don't really need this here. If we need to build a new one, I suppose we could. We'll leave it the way it is. Look, it's actually cooling off so much in here that the water is condensing again. Well, let's fix that, shall we? Let's get this thing up and running, man. We want that free power. And by free, I mean we're paying for it, just in a different way. Okay, cool. So we need 4 transformers here. And this one is a problem. So, but this is where we want one. Maybe we'll take this, maybe we'll move this liquid lock. Maybe we'll redo it. Maybe we'll move it up, or I don't know. I don't want to put it on the right hand side. I hope we don't have to ever go back in there. I'm gonna take it out, and if we need to, we'll figure out what to do about it. Or we won't. We'll leave, how about we leave this power line right here? And what we'll do is we'll... Oh boy, we sure made a mess, haven't we? Okay, let's see if we can't figure out how to put this back together again. What do we need here? We need tiles there and there. Let's see if we can't get those built real quick. Okay, those can get done. And then what do we need here? We need conductive wire there and there. Okay, that'll bring the power back on for that half of everything. It's really too bad that we can't put transformers like right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, what we'll do is this one can go here. This one we're gonna run up, and we'll hook it up into this transformer right there. It's kind of weird, but it'll work for now. This one, we're gonna run backwards, and it's going to be the one that hooks into those power lines. Okay, and that means that all of the aqua tuners are back online. Good, and we can keep this liquid lock here. Perfect. I think what I'm gonna do is just stick a tile here to make sure nothing falls in there that doesn't really need to be there. I guess it could just overfill. Ah, you know what? Let's not worry about it. We'll just build this the way that it's always meant to be, with a straight line, right? The straight lines make us happy. This is great. All right, cool. Well, we'll just keep letting them build this out, and let's go look at some other projects that need to get done here. As soon as we deconstruct this. We finished some research. What were we even researching? It's probably because we finally have water, to be honest. We've probably had an outstanding research job running for God knows how long, because we didn't have any water to run that thing. Liquid-based refinement, ore scrubber, and desalinator. All right, nice. Actually, that's great, because now we can start using the salt water we got from the saltwater geyser. Perfect. Why do we not have... Okay, so this just doesn't have power. This is wonderful. All right, so the base is being cooled again. O2 is being cooled again. This is the base cooling, right? Is that what this is? No, this is the O2 cooling. Okay, we'll let that go ahead and keep cycling. Interesting that it got up to 23 degrees in that short amount of time. I guess we are producing quite a bit of oxygen right now, aren't we? Excellent. All right. Meanwhile, we did all of this work because we are trying to get this Sleet Wheat Farm positioned so that we can start cooling it down. Now, we're going to need coolant. That's one of the big things that we're going to need. And the thing that we're going to use to drive coolant at the moment is, well, do we want to just put crude oil in? And then we can run it pretty cold. Maybe we should. Maybe that's what we'll do. Let's go ahead and put crude oil in the loop. And then that way it'll allow us to keep this room a tidbit on the chilly side, while or maybe the new warm water comes in. All right, I'm just gonna put normal pipe in right here, I think. Cancel. There's like a weird, all right. And that can go there, perfect. All right, so I'm just gonna run normal pipe and I'm gonna deconstruct this a little bit later. But we're gonna go ahead and fill this loop up. Should I put a shutoff valve in here? Because otherwise it's just gonna go crazy. Do we have power like right here by chance? We do. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is let's cancel this pipe. I'm gonna put a shutoff valve in, just because I don't know, I don't want to have this thing running all the time. And we'll hook this thing up. All we need then is a little bit of automation and a switch, and then we could turn this off, you know, and we don't need to worry about it. And then if we want to add more in, we can add more in later. Cool. All right, so we'll get all that running. We still don't have power over here. Why do we not have power? Where? Okay, so this is, aha. Okay, so we're missing an extra transformer. 1.2 kilowatts, 1.2 kilowatts, 1.2 kilowatts. This has 1.8 kilowatts on it, so we're gonna need a dedicated transformer for this. And I think what I'm gonna do is, we're just gonna keep this hallway clear. I guess I'll put the transformer up in this area. And then similarly, we'll go ahead and do something like this. There we go. Okay, and then that'll bring power back on to this whole area. Perfect. All right, so the only thing we have left to do then is decide how cold do we want this area. Now, history tells me that, well, oh, we figured this to 2 degrees last time we played. I guess we could do that. I'm gonna set it to 0. We have crude oil in here. We might run this a little bit colder depending on the temperature of different things coming into this space. but I think that that is a good place to start. Okay. Let us figure out a couple of other things. This is set to 8. I think we want 7, right? Because then they're happy. I think 8 is too much for the space. Other things that we have on our plate to do. We have, we're gonna need to run an extra power line down here so that we can run the exosuit forge as well as the clothing machine as well. So let's go ahead and run an extra power line down here. Oop, that's kind of a problem. We have this shutoff valve on the spawn. Okay, you know what? Let's change this real quick. I guess we'll go up a bit. Let's go up and we'll come across the top here. 1, 2, let's leave a space of 2 in the case we need to run a bridge in here in the future. We'll run this across. Right through here. Bring it on over. And then we'll figure out how we're going to sever this power line here in a little while, but they can build that out once they get done with this pipe over here, which they are ever so close. We can't reach this bridge, so let's go ahead and put in a ladder. That's looking dandy. Okay. And then, oh wow, they're already on this power line. Perfect. So, do we actually need this power in here right now? Not really. So let's do this. Let's sever this power line here. And we're gonna need to make some decisions on how we want to break this up. So we have all kinds of potential power. I think what we'll do, oh God. My fingers are not working today. Okay, there we go, and then we'll hook the exosuit forge up into this light. This is actually gonna add like almost a full 1 kilowatt, the total power of this whole area here. So let's see what happens once that gets installed. Wow, they are really building this really fast. So I think what I'm gonna do, let's deconstruct this one. No. This one, and see where that leaves us. I think that this area down here is going to be over. There's a lot here going on here. Let's cancel that real quick. Let's deconstruct this one. I want to see what this power network ends up becoming. And I know like this machinery won't be really used all that often, but I really like just never having to think about the power network and always keeping my conductive wires at 2 kilowatts. You know, because then I never have to worry about it. It's always going to be right where it needs to be. This is actually looking pretty good. Yeah, I think this is going to be great. So those can get hooked up there, and then this power line, I think I'll hook up like that. It's kind of weird, but it'll work. All right, so that moves all that. That means that over in this neck of the woods, we can start deconstructing things that we no longer need. Like this exosuit forge can come out, which is great. And at some point, we'll probably move this electric grill and everything else. Or what is on this power line that's actually being used actively? I guess this gas pump we added, that kind of is pushing things over a little bit. We do have some power coming in here. Maybe we'll split that off. Who knows? All right, this is all looking really good. All right, so let's just check everything real quick. We have water. We have power being installed again. And shuffling that stuff around, which is great. The hatches are happy, so that's good. We have some elderly ones in there, but that's okay. They're all gonna die. What else do we have to get done here? We have this power line. Just needs to be installed, so go ahead and crank this out, everybody. I want to set this to construction, actually. Okay, do all those construction jobs, and then All of our power up here is hooked back up. Great. Okay, so what's going on here? It is, we have a bad bridge somewhere. Okay, what direction are we looping this thing? Looks like we are going from, oh yeah, we put these bridges in wrong. Okay, we're going counterclockwise, I believe. Let's go ahead and take this liquid bridge out. And then we also want to take this liquid bridge out. I think that's the wrong one. Hold on. There we go. We gotta take this liquid bridge out. All right, so we're going counterclockwise. Oops. Oh gosh, we've been playing other games today. All right. Let's go ahead and rotate that there and rotate that there. Okay, perfect. So now this should start looping once we get those two bridges put in. Great. And then let's see. How are we gonna, we kind of want to overfill this thing, right? We want to fill that tank up with extra fluid if we possibly can. So maybe what we'll do is we'll force, maybe I'll disconnect this bridge temporarily. Let's get the loop first, and then we'll disconnect. Let's make sure the whole system works. And then what I'll do is I'll take that bridge apart so it forces some crude oil into that tank. And we'll let that tank fill up. That way we have like maybe half a tank full of pre-chilled crude oil that's just sitting in there. And we'll have a nice stable body. And then we're basically blending new cold fluid every time we bring it in. All right, so it's already going out to cooling. This actually might resolve itself on its own. These are pretty long cooling lines actually going in and out to the aqua tuner. So I think this might actually solve itself here soon enough. Okay, so that is being cooled and brought back in. What is the temperature of this crude oil, side note? -2 degrees. Well, we don't have like very far to go, so that's actually pretty nice. This whole area was already like part of an ice biome or a rust biome, I guess. So it was already pretty cold for us. The only other thing that's missing in here is I would like to put in some additional temp shift plates just to make sure that this area still remains cool, and we'll just help spread this cold around, you know? And I think let's just hide it underneath the auto sweepers. The top section though is a little bit different. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Ah, it's too bad. It's too bad that isn't gonna work. Okay. And we put them in evenly. Will it work? I still have concerns about the top section. Actually, that worked out great. I still have concerns about the top section because we really don't have any direct cooling going into this area. But as long as we keep the hydroponic farm tiles the appropriate temperature, I think that'll be good. Okay, so that can go. How's this looking here? So the loop is looping, everything is going to plan. If I stop sending fluid to the cooler, I'll stop sending, make sure that the loop is continuing to work. Okay, good. So the tank is filling up with a fresh cooled liquid. Everything is being blocked, and that can go there. So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna empty this pipe here. I don't think we're ever gonna get a gap. Yeah, we'll never get a gap. So let's go ahead and I'll keep allowing this to continue to be cool down. If it's above 0 degrees, keep cooling it. And then what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna take this bridge out right here. And then that way we can get some extra crude oil in this system. Do we still have plenty down here? We do, okay. So we'll get some extra crude oil in here. We'll fill up this tank a little bit, and then at some point, we'll shut the whole thing off. We'll just flip our switch on our shut-off valve, and we should be good to go. Let's see if they'll come over here and do that. They're a little busy putting in these temp shift plates. Okay, great. So we'll drain we're basically re-draining the whole system, and we're gonna add additional coolant in here. We'll let that tank fill up. I don't really know how much we want. Maybe like 1/4 of a tank would be fine. Up to half, maybe. And then that way we have a nice amount. That way if we have like an influx of heat or something and we have to send a bunch out to be cooled, it can go out there, you know. The only other nice thing that we could have done is I had to check on the return and be like, hey, is this actually cold enough? If not, send it back in and keep cooling down. But really, once this gets to the appropriate temperature, I don't think we're gonna have any issues here. Okay, and we're off. Look, this stuff is actually staying in the loop because it's too cold. That's funny. All right, great. And oh, we're really close here. All right, I'm gonna keep an eye on this. Let's come back here in a moment. What else do we want to get done? So they've pulled this stuff out here. We're still quite a bit over on this power load, and that's because of this automation we have with the conveyor loader and some of our food stuff that we have here. But that's okay. We'll it's not hurting anything. We'll just leave it alone. How are our Drekos doing? Our Drekos are still alive. That's good. I'm guessing we have a mountain of plastic. I haven't even looked. How much plastic do we have? 7 tons. Okay, well, it's not as much as I was hoping for. But that gets us a good start. All right, so this tank is getting close. It's getting really close to where I want it to be. I think like once it gets double yellow bars, actually we should have double yellow bars right about now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and turn this off. And then we'll put this bridge back in. Yep, perfect. Okay, great. So we'll let that go. Now, once this line is empty, we can actually disconnect all of this and get this out of here. Actually, we'll leave this here because we have to do the, no, we won't. We're gonna take this out. We're gonna need water at some point, but we'll tackle that at a later point in time. Great. Let's take all of that out. Let's take this automation out as well while we're at it. Actually, let's hold off on that. But that can all get deconstructed now, and then this power can be deconstructed as well. I guess I could leave this here. Maybe we'll leave this here for a little bit. And that way, if we need crude oil some other way and we need to pump it somewhere, we've got a way to do it. And this bridge can get taken out. Perfect. All right, and we have Sleet Wheat. Great, 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 great. This is wonderful. Okay, so if this is above 0 degrees, send it out into cooling. Otherwise, leave it in there. Great. All right, so we'll just let this cool down. It looks like we have some heat. We probably added this heat with this warm crude oil, but that'll resolve itself soon. So we'll let that cool down. Everybody should be happy. And man, that's wonderful. So I think what I'm gonna do, actually, I don't think I'm gonna put these in because it's gonna pull the temperature out of the water pipe. Yeah, we'll leave that alone. Okay, onward. All right, so now let's talk about this issue. So our old water setup that we had configured for our electrolyzers is basically piping straight off of this old system here. And I think what I'm going to do is we're going to make some adjustments here. So I I think what I'm gonna do is we're just gonna have this become, the polluted water become a backup solution. So like if we don't have any water, we'll go ahead and fall back on the polluted water. So to do that, we're gonna run this water pipe up into this floor here. That's great. And then what we're gonna do is say, let's see here, we want, it would be nice if we just did something like that, you know, then the water sieve wouldn't run, but it doesn't look as pretty. So maybe what we'll do is, let's see here, we want to say, there we go. There we go. And we got a straight line right here. And if we ever need to disconnect it, we just take the bridge out. So what we'll do is we'll run this water all the way over here and hook that up into and replace this. And then we can start taking this stuff apart. Although maybe what I'll do is I'll leave these tanks. Maybe I'll just move a couple of tanks. Oh, we have one right there. Okay. I still might put like one. No, we're gonna take these out. So let's go ahead and drain these. We need to be careful. Let's not deprive the base of oxygen before we're ready. Honestly, I do think that we could deconstruct at least this part. And then we'll just finish up. We'll finish up whatever's actually, and then yeah, once this water pipe gets put in, we'll oh, actually, can I hide it in the wall here? Can we just run this right up through here and then connect it? Yeah, let's do that. Something like this. Oh, I like that a lot, actually. Okay, so let's go ahead and deconstruct all of this. We're gonna have some pea water on the ground. I think we can reach all of these and build them. All of this can get put in, and then all we're gonna do over here is say, hey, if there's a gap in this pipe, then we want to fall back on the water sieve. I really like this. Which means that we need to extend this power all the way over to here. We'll hook that up. And then we can deconstruct this old system and get it out of here. And there will be much rejoicing in land going forward. Okay, that can get done. All right, cool. Man, I'm feeling really good. So I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna like just button up things a little bit. Make sure everything is where we want it to be. Should I actually just go ahead and just say screw it and put, should we just upgrade all of this stuff into little chunks of radiant pipe? I really wanted the mass, like I don't want to, although yeah, maybe we will. Maybe I'll just put in like a couple. I don't want a lot. I intentionally put just normal granite pipes in here on purpose. I really wish I could see the outlines. All right, I'll let these get put in first. I just want it to be balanced temperature minimum. We'll sort the rest out. All right, cool. How's this project looking? So it looks like fluids are looking okay. This water is all looking all right as well. So we'll let that keep coming on over here. We need one pipe, it looks like. That's all we need is just one pipe to get put in. And then I think what I'll do is let's go ahead and shut down this water sieve over here. And then we'll start redirecting everything. I'm gonna deconstructed, I think. We have a tank full of water here, so we can actually shut the system down for a little while we like repurpose some of these things. And I'll turn this off, and then we'll drain all these tanks and we'll deconstruct them. Great. All right, so the race is on. Let's see if we can't get this done real quick. We have some pipe we need to take out. I'm not even gonna bother draining that. We're gonna leave that alone. This stuff can all get done. So now, this water should be coming down. Perfect. And we're gonna have to, let's drain this pipe. We'll go ahead and empty that one. This is all coming to plan, just as we want. Of course our electrolyzers aren't running. Okay, that's fine. And then we'll drain this line here in a second. All right, so all of this fluid is backflowing to this junction, which is perfect. We'll go ahead and let it do that. This can all get deconstructed. We'll take these packets out as well. And man, we're looking really good. So now, the trick. Can we get this out of here? What we want to do is basically just put a bridge right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and let this vent overpressurize. So there we go. We'll let it overpressurize while we're waiting for it to be emptied. And man, we are off to the races. This is great. So we're all right. I mean, we're basically done. We need to deconstruct all of this pipe now. We'll keep letting it being emptied. But it can start being cleaned up, and then this pipe can also be deconstructed as well. That's all ready to be taken out, and then this power wire can get deconstructed. Holy cow. It's amazing. Alright, we just need to make sure that this pipe gets emptied. And we're there. That's it. Perfect. Alright, so we'll empty this out. And oh, there's debris in here. Oh no. Alright, I might open that up and fix that a little bit later. Alright, the other thing that I noticed while playing through here, other than hating this little area right here that's not flowing fluid correctly, which I'm going to open up right now and we're going to resolve this, is that we don't really have a place for ice, you know? So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to, I'm going to put some, what am I having? Automatic dispensers in over here, so that way we can drop ice in this pit as well. Oh, I didn't mean to deconstruct the actual bottle end here. Oh well. We don't need to be disinfecting these. Just disable that. Excellent. All right, cool. So we can get these deconstructed real quick. Hopefully this fluid stacking thing that's going on right here can go away. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna start dropping ice down in here. And to do that, I think I'll put mesh tiles in just so we can hop up and down. That is looking mighty fine. All right, well, we'll let them work on that. They're on break right now. Of course they are. All right, cool. So last but not least, we have, oh, we can't build this. Shoot. That's okay. We'll take a couple of these out just so we can build these radiant pipes. And then we'll start thinking about putting in our sleet wheat. You know, if we're gonna take these out, let's just make these 3 wide, right? We don't really need a lot anyway. Cool. Okay, great. In other news, what do we want to do? So I think now is about the time that we should start thinking about how we're going to be generating petroleum so that we can start thinking about space stuff. And to do that, we're going to need to probably set up some sort of petroleum boiler. And I think we'll go ahead and use magma for that. So let's start thinking about where we want to do that. Now, there are some pretty good areas in here for things like power turbine, or like steam turbines if we wanted to run power. Like this area is really nice. We could just open up all this, put a bunch of steam turbines in here and turn all this liquid hot magma into power and start cooling this whole biome down. Another area would be like nice over here, but this might be a nice spot for where to put a petroleum boiler because it's off to the side. So if we ever did put in steam turbines to start cooling the magma down, you know, it's far enough away that eventually, like, obviously this would cool to a point where we wouldn't really be able to sustain the petroleum boiler anymore. But by that point in time, we're probably gonna be done anyway. So, you know, it is what it is. Oxford seeds. I think I'll take those actually. What else do we need to get done up here? So I don't want to plant anything until... I don't want to plant anything until we have... Ooh, this one needs to be installed first. But I don't want to plant anything until we have... Or I don't want to run water until we plant anything. I don't want to plant anything until we're absolutely ready because otherwise it's going to start consuming resources. How are we doing on temperature? So the temperature of the farm at the moment is sitting around 7 degrees in these tiles. These pipes up here are 8 degrees. These are 3 degrees. Perfect, man. All right, cool. So let's let this go ahead. Oh, what's the temperature of the fluid in the tank? -11. All right, great. So I think we're good on a lot of fronts here. Let's go ahead and get this all cleaned up. And yeah, I think we're really close to being able to start thinking about bringing some of this online. We really don't have a water source. I just want to point that out. So we have a lot of polluted water, but we really don't have a water source. How's this water tank emptying out? It looks like we have a long ways to go, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We're slowly chipping away. Before we get too far away from this little project over here. All right, good. So this is a disappointment, of course, but this is a problem. This isn't gonna work. Side note. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and put additional pumps in here. We're gonna take this automation out. Just let it pump it dry, you know? Since we're basically pushing in tons and tons and tons of stuff. It's never really gonna work the way we want. So how much power is on this? Oof, man, quite a bit actually. And what are we looking at here? These are all pumps. See, okay, I really like our old system better. It was one pump, you know what, I'm gonna extend this. You know what, screw this. This is done, I'm done with this. Cancel this real quick, hold on. This is all coming out. We are changing this because this is not working for me and I don't want to put in multiple pumps. So what are these? Are these technically buildings? They are, cool. Let's take this out, and then what we're gonna do is, yeah, we're gonna streamline this. This is a hot mess. go ahead and deconstruct this. What else we're gonna do here? Okay, basically all of this needs to come out, right? We could leave it right here. We'll save this one and this one, but everybody else, you're out. We also want to be able to drop ice in here. Maybe I'll put that up here then. Okay. So we're gonna stack these. Okay. Basically the pump is going to move. Where do we want this? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hate that this one floor is an extra one. All right. Yeah, we're gonna stack these, and then we did this wrong already. No, it's fine. It's gonna come right down through there. This tile can go here. It's gonna fall, and then it's gonna come. So we will be able to fit how many bottle emptiers in here? 1, 2, maybe 3. We'll see. So basically, deconstruct all of this, except for the pipes. Let's go ahead and make these bottle emptiers in the appropriate locations. Okay, those can all go right there, and then down here we'll have the lone pump that's gonna do what we want to do. Oh, that's a bad spot because of all of this. Okay. Yeah, we'll do something like that. I guess we'll just have 2. Considering how much stuff we end up mopping up around this whole place, I would really like more. Alright, we're gonna reluctantly lower this floor here, and then we're gonna take this one out. And then that should allow us to stack in another one real quick. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are going to be, this is actually going to be for automatic dispensers, because we want to be able to put in ice into the mix. I'm just going to throw that ice down in here. Yeah, so that's only going to give us 4. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but it is what it is. We'll just run this power right like that. Okay, cool. And then we'll clean all this up. Oh my gosh. All right, so we need liquefiables. We're gonna say ice. Great. Or polluted ice. Or snow. We want dumped in here. All right, feel free to just drop it. Yeah, perfect. Drop it down in here. If it melts, it melts. We don't care. We're gonna pump it. We're gonna pump it into oblivion. Same thing with all of this. Great. Now let's deconstruct these walls. All of this as well. Get in here, mop all this up. Looks like we jumped the gun. So let's hurry up and get this solved before they mop everything in here. Oh god. All right, cool. This is, I like this. This is better. Well, then we won't have any fluid stacking problems. They can just build all this and everybody will be happy. There'll be much rejoicing in this world. Okay, all right, gang. Well, that about wraps things up for today's episode. A big shout out to all my subscribers and people who donate to the channel and the stream. Without you, we wouldn't be able to do this. If you are enjoying this series, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to be notified of future videos, and drop a comment down there. Let me know what you think and what you're looking for. All right, well, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.